Good morning. Welcome to the meeting of the Okaloosa County Board of County Commissioners, May 20th, 8:30 in Shalimar. Glad you're here this morning. We'll begin with the invocation by Dr. Wade Humphreys and the Pledge of Allegiance by the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office. If you would, please stand with me. Mr. Hofstadter, County Administrator's update.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Commissioners, just very briefly, I want to remind the board that we have condensed our meeting schedule for June. So we're combining the two meetings to one meeting on June 10th. Just wanted to remind the board of that. That meeting will be held here in Shalimar. That's all I have, sir.
Thank you. Ms. Hoshihara, the County Attorney's update.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have no updates this morning.
Clerk Embry, Clerk of Courts update.
Nothing from the clerk's office. Thank you.
Sir. We have 2 cards for the public comment time. You'll have up to 3 minutes for any item that you would like to speak about. If you still have a desire to partake in public comment, feel free to approach Mr. Tomacek in the back and fill out a speaker card. You'll be recognized at the second chance of public comment at the end of the meeting. We'll begin with Kenny Fuller.
My name is Kenny Fuller. Carolyn Ketcher, you're 72 years old and your husband is 69, be 70 in November. To be fair to you, Governor DeSantis signed into law about the David database. Employees misuse the database, which the county commissioner have access to, and the David database give users driver's license numbers, address, signature, medical and disability information, social security number, date of birth, and vehicle information and emergency contact. Now I want to read this. The term serve at the pleasure mean serve at your pleasure. The county administrator's position can be terminated by the board of county commissioner at any time without a specific reason or cause. Now, some of the workers who know they can be terminated even without no reason, they do evil stuff. When I go into the clerk office, which the clerk guy, which is the 50-year-old, he'll be 51 in November. So don't get mad because I'm calling out your age, because you got access to the David database, better information about everybody. They do bad things to people and cause me a lot of problems. Also, we did a recon on Miss Ketchum, and let's see, Grimsley. She connected to a lot of attorneys. A lot of people are on record, and they can, well, forget all about that too. But I'm just saying, I do not appreciate these people, what you, plus you're in violation of chapter 112, and don't be messing with me. You done a lot of stuff to me, and you don't think that you're gonna be accountable for it, but you are. But I got my strategy. That's why I just wanted to get this on record.
Mr. Fuller, just to help you with information, David stands for Driver and Vehicle Information Database. We do not have access to that.
Well,
So
the
it's a
law said,
enforcement tool.
when I looked up, when I looked up the faculties that got the access to it, they said the board of county commissioner,
Yeah.
the sheriff department, the police department, and they gave a list of all the counties in Florida who got access to this information and stuff.
It's a tool used by local government, mostly law enforcement, but it's not something that as a commission we utilize or have access to. Just
But
want
I'm
you to
just
know.
telling you what I read, and that's what I'm bringing you the
Yes, sir.
thing, and that's it.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Next is Dave Hensley.
Good morning. I'm Dave Hensley, live at 1 Bay Street, Potato Bayou subdivision. I represent people protecting Potato Bayou. I appreciate the opportunity to speak for the board here regarding a topic that concerns the residents of the Potato Bayou and Longwood communities. On Thursday, May 15th, our county commissioner, Ms. Carolyn Ketchel, called me regarding our proposed stoplight at North Potato Road and Lewis Turner Boulevard. She had been over at the TPO meeting over in Walton County. She told me there was lots of public input on the Okaloosa Walton County's online survey that ended on April 25th. She thanked me for getting the word out. With lots of interest with the North Potato intersection, Ms. Ketchel proposed to move our proposed stoplight, which was at number 9, priority, to replace it with another stoplight, I believe in Niceville on the list. And the TPO board approved her request to move it. So our proposed stoplight at the North Potato Road and Lewis Turner is now number 3 on the priority list. First, I want to publicly thank those concerned citizens who participated in this online survey, because that got the momentum going right there. That was very good. Second, I want to thank Ms. Ketchel for taking the initiative, making the motion to move the stoplight from number 9 to number 3 on the Okaloosa Walton County TSM priorities. Next question I have, what do we have to do next to make this light a reality? That's my next question. And then finally, I just have a question regarding the proposed modification to the Okaloosa County Land Development Code restricting total clear cutting. The Potato Bayou Longwood community is in support of this proposed initiative. Thank you.
Mr. Hensley, it was a turn lane in Niceville. Still very necessary, and it remained on the list for the TPO, but it was just shifting those two out of priority. Yes, and so Commissioner Ketchel did bring that up, and it was a great move. Yes,
Chairman,
sir.
may I?
Yes, ma'am.
Carolyn Ketchel here, 72 years old. Um, Yeah. The reason I'm calling, the reason I'm just asking for the mic is just to tell you that it has now, the state has to go forward. This is where we have to go. We've moved it up our list. They know it's a priority. So we're waiting for Florida Department of Transportation to take a look at it. I mean, even if they made it a right-hand turn only, it would be helpful. Whether they're going to put a traffic light there or not, yet remains to be seen. But thank you for all the public input. Thank you. Thank you.
That concludes our public comment time for the beginning of the meeting. There'll be another opportunity at the end. Moving to the consent agenda, I would like to pull item 2. If there's action from the commission, please include pulling item 2. if you
Motion
so
to
see fit.
approve -2.
Thank you.
Second.
I'd like to pull item 9 for recognition.
I amend my first for 2 and 9, sorry.
A motion for approval -2 and 9.
Second.
All in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And that passes unanimously. Item 2 is a proclamation to designate the week of May 18th through 24th, 2025 as Emergency Medical Services Week. I would like to read the proclamation, but I will not be making the motion. And so if you see fit, that would be great. Proclamation to designate the week of May 18th through 24, 2025 as Emergency Medical Services Week. Whereas emergency medical services are a vital public service. Whereas the members of emergency medical services teams are ready to provide life-saving care to those in need 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Whereas access to quality emergency care dramatically improves the survival and recovery rate of those who experience sudden illness or injury. And whereas the emergency medical services system consists of emergency physicians, emergency nurses, emergency medical technicians, paramedics, firefighters, educators, administrators, and other out-of-hospital medical care providers. Whereas the members of emergency medical services teams, whether career or volunteer, engage in thousands of hours of specialized training and continuing education to enhance their life-saving skills. Whereas it is appropriate to recognize the value and the accomplishments of emergency medical services providers by designating Emergency Medical Services Week. Now therefore be it resolved by the Okaloosa County Board of County Commissioners that they do hereby proclaim and recognize the week of May 18th through 24th, 2025 as Emergency Medical Services Week. With the 51st anniversary of EMS Week, theme EMS Week, We Care for Everyone, and encourage the community to observe this week with appropriate programs, ceremonies, and activities.
Motion for approval, Chairman.
Thank you.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
All right, great. We have our EMS team, a lot of leadership on the back row there, a lot of great folks. And I just want to say I'm excited for the work that you do. It shows tremendously in our area. I'm grateful not just that you're employees of Okaloosa County, but really for the stellar way that you exemplify the career that you've been called to and the way that you serve, whether it's strictly within EMS on an ambulance or you're serving also on a special response team. I mean, just the way that you're providing these services across the board are stellar. We'd like to take this time for you to come up and have a picture together as you receive this proclamation. I'm sure there'll be more to do later in May, but excited for you to be here. Chief, I saw that you went and jumped out of a perfectly good airplane. So congratulations on that. There's no one here to announce your age, but you did great on that. Come on forward. Yes, sir. Commissioner Cox, item 9.
Thank you, Chairman. So the item 9 on the consent agenda involves my commission's, my district's appointment of the District 3 member of the Planning Commission. As I discussed in the last meeting, our previous chairman of the Planning Commission was the District 3 representative. His name was Jeremy Stewart. He was beloved by many. He was a friend of mine and highly respected for being a responsible builder in this area. I worked for a legacy home builder here in Okaloosa County, whose father was the mayor of Niceville for decades. Highly respected and highly invested in our community as a whole in Okaloosa County. So I took the appointment of this member of the Planning Commission very seriously, put a lot of thought into it, and one name came to mind that seemed to be appropriate, very appropriate, that rose above all others in the selection of that person, and that name is Nick Marshall. Nick Marshall is the son of James and Helen Marshall. They are the largest private land owners in Okaloosa County. He is the son of James and Helen, who are the founders of Marshall Farms. So also the largest farm in Okaloosa County, because of the trending of the North End and the studies and what have you regarding growth and land management, and knowing that Mr. Marshall has a responsible view about how growth should happen in Okaloosa County, as do most of our citizens and every member of this commission. The selection of Nick Marshall was just an easy choice. It was not easy to convince him to do it. However, he is an active participant in Farm Bureau Association. He lobbies at the state and federal level for our local farmers. So that makes him a very busy man. And as most of us know, Planning Commission, it can be a highly tumultuous endeavor for all of its members. It is not a task someone takes lightly when they decide to join that commission. And I wanted to reach out with my appreciation to each of you who have served on that commission, and my appreciation and humblest honor in appointing James Marshall. So James Marshall, if you could please come forward for recognition of this, I would appreciate that.
A motion by Commissioner Cox. Second by Commissioner Palmer. Any further discussion? All in favor, signify with aye.
Aye.
That passes unanimously. Yes, Commissioner Cox would like to take a picture, Mr. Marshall. Hey, how are you? Yes, sir. Paul. What just happened?
Nothing.
That's awesome.
Let's do it again.
All I'm laughing about this.
That's great.
It's Ed's idea. He said, I can't ever see your eyes even.
Can't sneak stuff like that. That's great. Suddenly she rose. That's great. Now, we have one public hearing today to consider an ordinance repealing the vessel exclusion zone in the area of Crab Island. Mr. Mike Norberg and Jennifer Adams are here to present.
Chair, this has
Okay.
been his project.
Good morning.
All right, good morning.
So I'll keep this really brief, but I will answer any questions that you may have. Our request today is to repeal the ordinance establishing the vessel exclusion zone in Crab Island. This zone was established back in 2015 in an effort to provide an unrestricted corridor for emergency services to be able to get in and out of Crab Island in the event of an emergency. At the time, it served itself well, but over the years, we've seen some shifting sands that have made it very shallow and actually very difficult for vessels to pass through. It's also been a maintenance burden. We've spent over the last 10 or so years over $100,000 just trying to repair, replace, and maintain buoys and hardware out in this area. Because of the shifting sands, we reached out to local emergency services, including the sheriff's office, Dust and Fire, and gosh, who was the other one? Oh, Florida Fish and Wildlife, I'm sorry. Those folks are the ones that would actually use this zone for its intended purpose. And they've all expressed that they haven't used the zone in a number of years. Dust and Fire, for example, have jet skis, and they tend to be able to get in and out of the traffic in the area, regardless of the position of the vessel exclusion zone. So our request is due to the maintenance issues and costs associated with that and inability to use it as its original intent, is to repeal the ordinance that establishes that. If it is approved, we will work with a local contractor likely to get the buoys and hardware removed as soon as possible to prevent any concerns with boating. With that, if anybody has any questions, I am more than willing to answer.
All right, before we go to that, let's open for public comment. Does anyone from the public desire to speak to this item? Okay, seeing none. This time we'll close the public hearing. Commissioners?
Chairman.
Yes, ma'am.
So this right there splits my district, Commissioner Palmer, so I'm in favor of this. We did it out of good faith, hoping to be able to save more lives or create, a way to get to people safely, but it's not working out. So, and because of the reasons you say, shifting sands and that kind of thing. So I'll motion for approval to repeal.
Motion by Commissioner Kitchell, second by Commissioner Palmer. Commissioner Goodwin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll certainly vote in support of this. Of course, this is located in the Bay, Choctawhatchee Bay, which is a district-wide asset, important to all 5 districts, of course.